Hello mga kabibig! Welcome back sa bagong YouTube channel. Ito ang pinakamaingay na YouTuber sa balat ng YouTube. Ako si Kabibig, maglebag-lebag at with evidence. Ako po kabibig, grabe. Napatango na lang si Karen Davila at naintindihan na ni Karen Davila kung bakit ang depensa ni na VP Sara ay talagang kontra sa supina na ginawa ni Cheese Escudero na pinayagan niya na ipasupina yung AMLAC, yung mga bank statement nila VP Sara. Napangayango na lang si Karen Davila at naintindihan na ni Karen Davila kung bakit ito ayaw na tinutulan ng depensa. Ang inexplain ni Atty. Pua hindi naman sila na tutol or kung ano, kasi ang prosecution sila yung gusto na ipatalsik si VP Sara, kung dapat sila yung mag-provide ng ebidensya. Hindi naman pwede si VP Sara ang magbibigay ng ebidensya sa kanila na, sige, mag-sign na ako ng waiver para matingnan nyo ng AMLAC, yung mga bank accounts ko, yung mga deposit ko. So kung ganun kabobo si VP Sara, parang hinayaan ni VP Sara na scrutinize yung meron siyang mga dokumento. Kung makita nila ay gawan-gawan na ng istorya, sige, ito pala yung nakita namin VP Sara, ganito ganyan. Dapat yung prosecution ang magbibigay ng ebidensya, hindi si VP Sara ang magbibigay ebidensya sa prosecution. Kasi maraming Pilipino ngayon nagsabi, bakit hayaan na lang ni VP Sara na magpirma siya ng waiver para wala nang kaduda-duda, wala nang kuda-kuda. Ang prosecution nga ang nag-grounds for impeachment VP Sara ng ill-gotten wealth, o dapat sila ang maglabas ng ebidensya. Hindi si VP Sara ang maglabas ng ebidensya at magiging fishing expedition yan. Diba? So, naintindihan na ngayon ni Karen Davila. I don't know kung naintindihan niya or hindi, kasi napayango-yango na lang siya. Kasi in-explain ni Atty. Pua ang point nila. Kung gagawin namin to, Karen, parang hindi namin pinoprotektahan ang aming kliyente. Parang ipinasusubo namin yung kliyente namin sa kapahamakan. Rights yan ng client namin na hindi siya mag-waiver or hayaan na niya ang prosecution maghanap ng ebidensya, because that's the thing and that should be. Yan ang batas, di ba? Ang ginawa nila Chel Jokno, nagpatulong kay Cheese na, magpasupina na ganito, ganyan. Para yatang hindi lawyer si Chel Jokno, sabi ng iba. Pero hindi, lawyer si Chel Jokno. Bakit? Kasi gusto niyang kumuha ng ebidensya galing kay VP Sara. Diba? O ngayon, hinayaan ni Cheese na supina ang mga AMLAC at kung ano-ano mga bank records. Ang prosecution parang confident na, sige, makikita na natin ang mga ill-gotten wealth ng VP Sara. So meaning, ang prosecution walang ebidensya, wala kayong dokumento na napapatunay na totoo na may ill-gotten wealth si VP Sara. Sinabi nga ni Senator Amy Marcos, kung yan ang gusto nyo, bakit nyo ipanasupina yung time na si VP Sara Mayor? Hindi naman yan kasali. Dapat pinapasupina nyo yung time na naging busy presidente siya. Kasi that time kasi yun, nag-start yung impeachment nyo. Ewan ko kay Cheese. Sabi nila, nako si Cheese bumabawi sa mga loyalista at kakamping. Ay nako Cheese, alam mo naman kung tama or hindi ang desisyon mo. Kasi sabi nga ng spokesperson nila na meron ng desisyon si Cheese Escudero. Even before nag-debate sina Pua, sina Season versus Chel Jokno, meron ng desisyon si Cheese Escudero. At ang desisyon ni Cheese Escudero ay pasupina. Kaya nga ito ang mga video ni Karen Davila na payango-yango na lang, patango-tango na lang, at parang na-shock siya, ay ito pala yun. Akala namin na yung gusto lang namin ang masusunod. Hindi. May fina-follow yan yung mga lawyer na yan. Watch this video.
If the Vice President felt we have nothing to hide, me and my husband, here are our tax records. Because technically, she can waive it. Here are our bank records. Diba? Wala kong tinatagong yaman o anuman.
Well, first and foremost, I have to premise my answer with saying I do understand that sentiment from the public. Natural, no, na ganun yung nagiging sentimento. Pero at the risk of sounding too technical, ang punto naman namin kasi is, ano ba ang legal principle sa sistema natin? It's presumption of innocence. So kung sinong nag-aakusa, sinong may aligasyon, siya dapat yung magpakita ng ebidensya. And so ang punto lang namin is, kung meron talaga kayong mga ebidensya to support your allegations, kayo yung maglabas. Hindi naman pwedeng sabihin natin na lang na, ay, sa tingin ko may ginawa kang pagkakamali. Ikaw na maglabas ng mga ebidensya kasi kung wala ka namang tinatago, hindi mo yan pipigilan. Which I think is sort of runs contrary to the principle of presumption of innocence. Second, kung ganun na rin lang, wag na tayo mag-search warrant, wag na rin tayo mag all of these compulsory processes kasi ang parating hamon naman pala is dapat yung defense yung nagbibigay ng ebidensya, which although I understand that that may not be a popular thing to say, that is the legal system, and as lawyers we have to protect our client with whatever protections are afforded by law.
Your Honors, ang posisyon po ng depensa dito ay subpoena and a search warrant are very much similar in that both are compulsory processes. No? So, yes, hindi tayo papasok sa bahay ng isang tao o ng nasasakdal, but it will be intrusive because we will be opening up all the financial transactions for, sabi nga dito, almost 20 years of the respondent. Kaya po, katulad ng isang search warrant, the things that we are asking for through a subpoena must be particularly described. Kanina po, nabanggit po ng aking kagalang-galang na opposing counsel na particularly described na po yung kanilang naisulat. However, the defense does not agree with that proposition because if we look at it, tama naman po, nakasulat po dito ng hinihingi nila ay account opening and maintenance records, KYC documents, information files, signature cards, all account and transaction records, ledgers, journals. Basically, Your Honors, this is everything. Ibig sabihin, ni-specify lang nila ang nilalaman ng lahat ng bank records ng respondent. So in our view, Your Honors, while they took pains to specify each and every document, the truth of the matter is, they're asking for everything. Ngayon, pagdating sa subpoena, and even in the case they cited, yung Rocco versus Contreras, no? Nakasulat po doon that for a subpoena to be validly issued, when we talk about particularly describing yung kung ano yung hinihingi, it has to be evidence that is both relevant and material. So ang tanong namin, saan ba dito yung relevant or material? Kasi lahat na po ng records hiningi eh. So, and this bolsters our theory, of course with all due respect to the opposing side, na kaya namin tinatawag o kaya namin natawag na fishing expedition ito. Kasi lahat na ng records hiningi, pero hindi naman matukoy which would actually be relevant, which would actually be evidentiary to the accusations they have made under the articles of impeachment. So, pero dito, hinihingi natin 20 years worth of records. And then, paano po yun? Hihimayin natin, maghahanap tayo ngayon kung may relevant o wala. Which brings me back to yung BIR records. Nakaseal po yung box. So I would say, both parties, hindi natin alam kung anong nasa loob nun. Yet, we're hoping na somehow, pag nabuksan yung box na yon, meron po tayong makikitang ebidensya. And that's why, again, with all due respect, we called it a fishing expedition. Kasi hindi naman na-identify kung ano mismo doon yung pwedeng ebidensya laban sa sinasabing unexplained wealth umano ng Vice Presidente. So, with the question, for us, yes, the Stonehill case, Stonehill versus Diokno, directly applies to the current proceedings. Kasi nga po doon, sinasabi talaga na dapat specified yung hiningi, particularly described and relevant. But as of this point, they're asking, Your Honors, for all of these things. And again, while they specified each and every document, kung babasahin niyo po ng mabuti ito, they're actually asking for all bank records without, in fact, telling us which transaction is relevant to their accusation, which transaction will actually support their accusation. Yun po yung aming pananaw dito sa tanong ng ating kagalang-galang na hukom. Thank you po. Pagdating po doon sa sinasabi namin na lack of ultimate facts, no? Ito po yung nagsimula pa lang doon sa Committee on Justice when the impeachment complaints were filed. Because the allegation, and I'll stick just with this, I believe, Article 2. Pagdating po kasi doon, there was an allegation of unexplained wealth. Pero wala pong nakasulat kung saan nila nakuha, ano yung basehan ng unexplained wealth na yon. Ano yung act na ginawa ng Vice Presidente, kailan yon ginawa. At so sa amin, para masabi nilang nagkaroon ng unexplained wealth. Ang basic, if I may remember, was really just the fact na yung SALN niya ay lumaki from 2007 to 2025, which sa aming palagay does not show any factual allegation whatsoever, except for the fact that it grew bigger over a span of 20 years. Pangalawa, wala rin pong naka-attach, which I mentioned in the oral arguments last week, na kahit anong ebidensya or kahit supporting document man lang, huwag na nating tawaging ebidensya, supporting document that will support any allegation whatsoever of unexplained wealth. And that is why, nabanggit ko rin, na after the allegations were made, and this is even more significant, after the respondent had filed her answer, na tinawag pa nga nilang non-answer, doon lang po naghanap ng mga ebidensya na sakaling makasuporta doon sa aligasyon na iyon. That's very important for us because we had already filed our answer before AMLAC documents were suddenly produced with the issuance of subpoenas, before the BIR box we're concerned, that we are concerning ourselves with was presented before the Committee on Justice. Nasa panahon na yun, tapos na po kami sumagot. In fact, when they were saying that it was a non-answer, to be very candid with everyone, we wanted to say because it was a non-complaint. Kasi walang ultimate facts na naka-allege for us to even answer. Now, before this honorable court, I do recall that in our answer, we also took pains to discuss the lack of ultimate facts and also what we feel were violations of due process before the Committee on Justice, or at least with the proceedings that were conducted before the Committee on Justice. And that is also why we have a pending motion for exclusion na ikinalakip namin dun sa answer precisely because we were objecting to the fact that these pieces of evidence were produced after we had already filed our answer. Now, on the fishing expedition, I think on the fishing expedition, Your Honors, our main point is this. Even if we read the twin requests for subpoenas, ulit-ulit po, nakasulat po doon, because this may show context, because this may show, prove something. At para sa atin, this only shows, and at least, again, on the part of the defense, this is somewhat already an admission na hindi pa nga nila alam kung ano mismo doon sa mga hinihingi nila ang pwedeng sumuporta sa mga aligasyon na unexplained wealth. And that's why, if you read the entire request, it uses the word may several times, and it even says in one paragraph, I think it's 3.24, but I might be mistaken, that at least with the request for, with their memorandum, rather, in their memorandum, nakasulat po doon that this does not assume wrongdoing, but they want those documents nonetheless to see if something there will actually help support their allegations. That is why we are calling it a fishing expedition. Dahil in Tagalog, para po maintindihan, sa aming pananaw, sa dami ng hinihing dokumento, para po itong nagtatapon po tayo sa dagat ng isang napakalaking lambat at umaasa tayo na kahit papano may mabingwit kahit isang pirasong ebidensya. Maraming salamat po.
O yun nakabibig. O naintindihan nyo na. So yung mga humihingi na, Bibi Sara, mag-sign ka na ng waiver. O Bibi Sara, sige na, para wala ng istorya-istorya. Hindi. VP Sara should protect herself from this malicious fishing expedition and abuse na gagawin nila kay VP Sara at mga kung anong makikita nila. Diba? Protektahan mo yung sarili mo. Huwag mong ihain yung sarili mo sa mga dragon, sa mga buaya. Diba? Halata namang fishing expedition eh. Kasi, bakit sila mag-request na ipasupina? Bakit sila i-request yung BIR tax? Diba? O kabibig, ano ang yung reaction dyan? Comment down below and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Nalaman na kaya ni Karen, tama na ba ang pagkaintindi ni Karen Davila? Naintindihan nyo na ba? Yun na kabibig. Bye everyone, see you next time, and thank you sa pag-watch po. Share, like, comment. Bye!